What percent of the world's population is white?
63. 42.
51.
70.
40.
30 was 20.
70.
80.
24%.
70.
20, 30?
43.
24.
20. 30.
80%.
Zero.
What if I told you it was 7%?
7%? Only 7?
7%.
Only 7%?
Yeah.
No
The
way.
whole world.
Your white people are like top of the world.
7%.
7? What?
7 to 8% is what?
Hang on. That's not true.
It's true.
No, it's not.
It's below 10%.
Nah, that's both.
Yeah.
Wait,
It's 7.
shit. And I'm about to be a teacher. Don't learn from me, brother.
Taking the piece, bro.
No, it's a real. It's below 10%. Some estimates put it 7 to 8%.
All right, Shalom. All praises, glory, honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Hakodash. Peace and double honor to the apostles, the elders of GMS that give us his truth and all his purity. And salutations to all you arguing, pushing this word throughout the four corners of the earth in sincerity and the truth. I'm the brother Yahweh Sap. And this lesson, will be, based on that video y'all just seen, which is this guy going around asking Esau and some other nations if they know the percentage of, he said white people, but they're Edomites. If they know the percentage of Edomites in the world. And, they always coming up with, incorrect answers, 20, 30, 40%. Some dude said what, or 60% or something, 50 or 60%. And, he told him the truth, which is what? They're less than 10%. And you could see nobody couldn't believe it because the so-called white man has done, a great job deceiving the world into thinking that he's this great, opulent, power, If, you just look at their movies, you look at their media, you go to school, you really think that these people are greater than they are, and I actually didn't know that it was such a low amount, I knew it was, low, but not that low, But, hey, man, that's how the scriptures are real. Because the scriptures say that, matter of fact, let me get it. Obadiah. Where is it? Obadiah, verse. I'm going to start from the top. It says, the vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua power concerning Edom. Edom is the biblical nationality of the so-called white man. It says, we have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. And this is why you have all these nations gathering together to go to war with the so-called white man. Over there in the Middle East, the Arabs call Israel Little Satan, and they call America Big Satan, So they're very despised. Globally, people, starting to hate these people more and more, You had Benjamin Netanyahu. He came and made that speech at the UN, and majority of the nations of the UN, they walked out on him, man. So they're very despised. It says, the pride of thine heart. Matter of fact, verse 2, it says, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. So they're small, they're insignificant, they're very low in numbers. They're low in numbers, they're low in way of life, they're low in their morality, all right? They're low. It says, I have made thee small among the heathen. So, as you see in the video, they couldn't believe that it was less than 10%. Like, what? You had this dude, he was shocked. He couldn't believe it. He was denying it because as a so-called white person, as an Edomite, they grow up thinking they're greater than they actually are. You go to school, you learn about the history of the Greeks, the Romans. Civilization started with the Greeks. They see the history of what their forefathers have done, how they conquered pretty much the whole world. They conquered the East, they conquered the West, they had industrial revolution, the greatest empires of the world, the British, the Spaniards, the French, and then transition to America. And they see how much shit that they accomplished, and they forgot that they're low in numbers. And it's actually Very impressive, man. For a small group of people to take over the whole entire planet Earth. And that shows you that it had to be from on high. It had to be the Most High that empowered them to even accomplish such feat. You know? Such a low ass number conquered the whole world, man. All right? So the Lord said, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. Everybody hates the so-called white race. Because look at your track record. You rape, rob, murder, you know. You pillage, you slaughter, you know. Spread diseases, you know. Cause chaos in different countries, you know. The whole world has woken up to you being the devil. It says the pride of thine heart have deceived thee. So the pride have deceived them, man. You know, they actually think that they're better than everybody else. Anybody that speak against them, they was able to put down. And people that are speaking against them now, what these Edomites saying? You know, like Trump, what they talking about Iran? Oh, blow them up. You know, they look at everybody else as if they're insignificant, as if everybody else is low. When really he's the low one. He's the small one. All right? So the Lord said, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rocks, whose habitation is high. Once again, the so-called white race, Caucasian. You know, it goes back to what? Cave dweller. All right. And this is why they have those skyscrapers. Skyscrapers is really a Western thing. You know, it came out of the West, although, you know, the whole world now followed after them, but it started here in America, you know, and it spread out, you know, but that's because that's in their nature, that's in their spirit to live in sky rises, you know, to live in high altitudes. All right. Their habitation is high. That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? And this is the mindset of the average Edomite, but mainly going into the elites, the bankers, those people on Wall Street, the billionaires. When they sit up there in those, you know, high penthouse that's above the clouds and shit, man, they're looking down on people, man, looking down on people like they're insects, you know, looking down. You see people walking to get to work and all of that, you know, and they don't have a care in the world. Like, you know, they could just, you know, hop on a private jet and just go to a whole different continent. This is the type of lifestyle that these people live, man. So they can never think that they could get taken down. This is why they be having these proud talk when it come to Iran and North Korea and these smaller nations that's talking against them. You know, they don't think they could get taken down. It says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, which the eagle is their symbol. This is why the dollar has an eagle on it. This is why the symbol of the Greeks, the Romans, the symbol of the Brits, the symbol of even Russia at one point, France at one point, you know, majority of these European countries at one point had the eagle as their symbol, because that's in the nature of the so-called white man. You know, they actually view themselves as predators, you know, and the prey is everybody else that's not them, you know. I seen this video the other day, and it was an eagle that carried a whole wild goat. You know, it was one of them big ass goats, probably like 200 pounds or something like that. Big goat. The eagle got his claw on it and carried it off the mountain, carried off the rocks and dropped them, you know. And once the body crashes, you know, they eat it, you know, and they take the remains and bring it back to their nest. And, you know, it just, you know, made me think of this scripture right here, you know, because Esau was able to take down great nations, great countries, great empires. Look at what Alexander the Great did, you know, which he was prophesied to do that, right? A leopard, you know. What did he do, man? He took down the Persian Empire, which was, you know, damn near a feat that couldn't be accomplished. You know, most people, you know, never had that thought in their mind. Like, are you crazy? Persia, 120 provinces, which is likened into like 120 states, 120 countries, you know, big ass empire, man, rich empire. What? Little Macedonia, how you gonna do that? You know? And Esau here, man, they was able to take down great empires, man. First and foremost, they was able to take down the Israelites, all right? The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which is really the greatest people on the earth, all right? They took us down from Europe, and they did it with subtlety. You know, they slowly crept their way into different positions of power, and once they finally got into the papacy, you know, other positions of power, they slaughtered Jake, enslaved them, and kicked them out of those European lands, and what established white supremacy. They whitewashed the Mosai and his sons' faces. They whitewashed what the Israelites look like. So, you know, they pushed that image out to the world, so the whole world thought, you know, and they still think that they're superior. You know, they're the superior race. They're the most advanced. You know, they're blessed by God. You know, they have quote unquote fair skin, which that's not even fair skin. Fair skin, good looking skin is brown skin. You know, but they deceive the world into thinking that they're these great people, and you know they're so great that people and they themselves actually think that they're great in numbers as well. You know, that's why, you know, you see people couldn't believe it. The Asians, they said what? They said, what? You white people on top of the world? Like what? 7%? How? You know? Not understanding that is due to prophecy. How can such a low amount of people take over the majority, man? And that's because of the sword, the gun. The Most High gave him that blessing. All right. And he put you know, a mark on them, you know, like it says about Cain, and I'm gonna get that too, so that whoever whoever sees him tries to kill him, but he also puts up a hedge about him that whoever tries to kill him now, you know, they're gonna get messed up sevenfold or something like that. All right. So it says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, right? The nest being among the stars, that's twofold. That's, you know, them being exalted and, you know, above the stars, meaning what? They're in their heaven, you know? And also they have their satellite, their space stations up there in space, all right? So that's how you know it's talking about them. And also, I say threefold because the stars also are Israelites. All right. That's why in Isaiah 14, when it's talking about Lucifer, it said that Lucifer said what? I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit among the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. So Esau basically, you know, they made their so what I'm looking for. They made their heaven, you know, among Israel by destroying Israelites. They came here, you know, wiped out the people that already lived there, the so-called Native Americans, which are the tribe of Gad of the nation of Israel. And now they needed, now that they wiped them out, they needed people to build the land. And who did they went and got? The Southern Kingdom, you know, the real Jews, the so-called black man. All right. So they set their nest among the stars. So the Lord said, what? Thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. So, and if you look in the 60s is when they allegedly went to space, right? And since they did that, the Lord has started bringing them down. All right. Ever since the 60s, the 70s has been worse. The 80s, every decade that came after that progressively got worse and worse. So the Lord has brought them down, and he's going to bring them down to the point of destruction, to the point that the missiles get shot up on this place. That's how the Lord is ultimately going to bring him down. Because after America gets taken out, the white men don't got no power, because that's what gives it power. All right. So now let's go to the book of Genesis, chapter 4. No, this is Exodus. It's like it. Genesis, chapter 4. Verse 9, it says, and the Lord said unto Cain, this is after Cain killed his brother Abel, and Cain in the spirit, you know, was the so-called white man in the reincarnation. All right, just like Jacob, that was Jacob and Esau. Jacob was Abel, and Cain was Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. It says, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not, am I my brother's keeper? This is the Edomite mindset, man. Oh, yeah, nigga did, but so what? I don't know about him. He lied to the Most High, man. Just like how them cops, you know, be lying about Jake, before the footage come out, and even when the footage come out, they still get acquitted. Oh yeah, like the woman that was what she mentioned, Jesus, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, something like that. When the cops came to her house, I forgot her name. What, the cops straight up shot her and then lied and said, oh yeah, she was charging at me with boiling water. That's the devil for you, man. The deceiver, the liar. That's what devil means. So Cain was a devil. The white race, they're the devil the Bible speaks of in general, because you have so-called white people that are Israelites, because their seed line goes back to the so-called black man, the so-called Hispanic man, the so-called Native American man through their father's side. So it says, and he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which have opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. Yes, so Esau is cursed from the earth. Cain was cursed from the earth. This is why it's going to go into it, that mark that's put on them. If you look at the so-called white race, they're the only race on the earth that looks like that, right? And it's not by coincidence, because all creatures on the earth have been imbued with, the proper equipments they need to survive and thrive in the world that the Most High put them in. We have pigmentation, to protect us from the sun's rays. The plants have it, in the form of chlorophyll. All life has pigmentation except the so-called white man, And when you do find life without pigmentation, it's kind of like an anomaly, When you find crocodiles or lions or animals in nature that lack pigment, they usually die quick. They don't survive very long because they get rejected by the other animals, because they see that it's a disease. Like, oh shit, what? You white instead of being green? You white instead of being brown? Nobody want to reproduce with that, So they get ostracized by other animals, And there's animals that are pigmentless, I can think of one right now, but I forgot the name. But it looks like a dragon, like a mini dragon insect with like shit on the side of its head. But they live in dark places where they don't get sunlight, so they don't need pigment, because, they're in those dark places. They don't have to be protected from the sun's UV rays, But it just shows you that it's not a normal thing to not have pigment, all right? So they're cursed from the earth. It says, when thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. Yeah, this is why they have to resort to what? GMO and other practices that's, not, that's against nature pretty much. All right. They have to use technology to help them till the ground. All right. It says, a fugitive and a vagabond shall thou be in the earth. A fugitive and a vagabond. This is the so-called white man. All right. In 2 words, a fugitive, a vagabond. Well, there's more to it. Murderer. All right. Identity thieves, and man, you could go down a list of everything that's bad and apply it to the so-called white race. They all feel that shit. It says a fugitive and a vagabond. They're running from justice. They're running from judgment. That's what a fugitive is. The so-called white man has been running from justice since the time of Cain. All right. And then, the Lord end up eventually flooding the earth. And they got punished, But the main punishment is going to be in these last days when Yahushua returns, because they haven't paid for what they did as the Greeks. They haven't paid for what they did as the Romans. They haven't paid for what they did as the Americans and as those colonial powers to this day. All right. So they're fugitives. It says, and Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that every one that findeth me shall slay me. Yeah, so it says, he said pretty much, like, damn, like, basically he got a target on his back. Wherever I go now, I'm going to just die. This is why the so-called white man, when he goes to them other countries, especially in the remote areas, people are running them out, kicking them out. Get out of our land, Yankee. You know, I seen this video where you had this white woman. She went to Tibet. I think it was a white couple. She went to Tibet. That was years ago. But the people there was chasing them out. Another one was when they went to Africa. They got chased out in different parts of Africa. Not the same couple, but you know, different Edomites going in different parts of the earth where they getting chased out. Right? And this is because of that. They're fugitive and vagabond, and people want to slay them because they see that wherever you step, death follows, man. Wherever you go, death follows. And the scriptures say that you're as deaf and as hell. All right. So once they see you come in their lands, they're already thinking of what you did historically to them, their people, and other peoples, you know? So it says, and the Lord said, therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And this is why when, you know, a so-called white person dies by the hands of the so-called black man, so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American man, you know, they beat him up. You know, the cops beat him up, fuck him up, you know, and then throw the book at him, man. Give him 8 consecutive life sentences, you know. And great example. Look what's happening over there in the Middle East, right? Allegedly, Hamas and Hezbollah, yeah, they throw little rockets at Israel here and there, you know. And yeah, they kill some Israelis here and there. Matter of fact, the October 7th attack, they claim, 1,200 people died, which I believe those numbers is lies. It's probably, you know, a few dozen, if, you know, might be a few hundred, you know. But, you know, 1,200 people died. All right, cool. Let's say even 2,000 people died, all right? 2,000 people. Let's round it all the way up. 2,000 people died. They've killed dozens and dozens and dozens of thousands of Palestinians alone. And they're getting ready to do the same. They started doing the same to Lebanon. And they're going to do the same to Syria. They're going to go all over the Middle East because they want to wipe out them Arabs. All right? They want to get rid of them, and they want to have the Greater Israel Project, which is them owning parts of Syria, parts of Lebanon, parts of Jordan, parts of Saudi Arabia, the land that the Lord promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which is really going to be for us when the kingdom comes, when Yahushua returns. But that blessing isn't promised to them. That's why they're having a hard time getting rid of those Arabs. All right? But, you know, yeah, they got killed, 1,200. And look how many people died just based off that, allegedly that 1,200 people that died during the October 7th attack. So that's how you know they're Cain. Whosoever slave Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. All right? And Lamech, I believe it was Lamech, either Lamech or Tubal Cain, that said that if Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, surely I shall be avenged sevenfold. No, slack it. Surely I shall be avenged 70 times 7 or something like that. Or 70 times or something like that, you know? And I believe that might have been Amalek in the reincarnation back then, all right? Because, you kill a white man, you pay for it, but you kill a Amalekite, a J-ish person, oh boy, the whole world gonna shake. The whole world has to mourn over one that died, you know? So it says, therefore, whosoever slave Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any find him should kill him. All right. So that mark is what? Leprosy, having that white skin, that pale flesh, to where their blood show forth through that flesh, so that everybody could know who the murderer is. All right. They have that red skin. Red goes back to what? Slack here. You have crime goes back to red, right? It goes back to crimson. Cain is the first murderer. The so-called white race in general, they're a race of murderers, man. Just look at their track record. This is why the Lord set that mark on them. So whenever you see them, whenever you see that skin, like, oh shit, it's about to be hell. This is why when you go to them other lands, they chasing you out because they already foresee it coming. Like, oh no, they about to take our land, destroy us, enslave us, poison us. This is your MO. All right. So that's it on that. Now let me get where's it, Daniel? Let's start here. This is Daniel chapter 4. verse 17. It says, this matter is by the decree of the watchers. The watchers is the angels, right? It says, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basest of man. All right. So the Most High rules in the kingdom of men. He gives the power to whoever he will. This is why Job 9:24 says, what? The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Matter of fact, I'm going to get that too. But the Lord setteth up over it the basis of man. The basis of man is the so-called white race. Because you have different classifications of man in the scriptures. You have the sons of God, which is the Israelites. They're the top of the food chain, the top of the pyramid. Then you have the other nations in between, which is the extras of the movie, right? The Chinese, the Arabs, the Indians, the Africans, they're the extras. They're the servants of Israel. And then you have the bottom tier, the bottom of it all, which is the so-called white man, the so-called white race, the Edomites, all right? They're the wicked. So those are three classifications of men. They're the lowest of all the heathen. The scriptures call them the worst of the heathen, all right? So they're low, low morally, low in numbers, Reminds me of the movie Planet of the Apes. When they was reading the scroll, it said, beware the beast, man. Let him not breed in great numbers. Hey, man, that's scripture, man. The scriptures say that the wicked they're not going to rise nor fill the face of the world with cities. All right. So in the kingdom, yeah, we're going to breed them so that they could be, our servants, But, after that, man, we going to get rid of them, man. All right. So the basis of man is ruling. And when you go into that word too, in the Hebrew basis, it means what says a low of a position or something like that. But yeah, man, they're low. All right. So now let me get Job real quick before I forget. This is Job 9:24. It says, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So if it's given, that means somebody had to give it, which is the Most High. So the Most High gave the power of the earth into the wicked, into the hands of the basis of men, the so-called white man, starting with Amalek, which is the J-ish people. It says he covered the faces of the judges thereof. The way he covered the faces of the judges is by painting over their images. Here it is. The Bible describes the Israelites historically, through the images that we have from Israelites. We've seen that they were so-called blacks. All right. Well, not all Israel, because you have the Northern Kingdom. They're different shades. We all different shades. But I'm speaking specifically about the Jews, right? They painted them to be white. The disciples, the Most High, his son, Adam, any historical figure, they painted them as white, as so-called white, which is really pale, which is red, all right? Because their name means red. Edom means red. Edomites means red people, all right? So it says, he covereth the faces of the judges thereof, if not where and who is he? So if this man is not the wicked, then who else is it? All right, because it ain't the Chinese that did that. It ain't the Arabs. It ain't the East Indian. It's the white man. So they're the wicked of the Bible. This is Psalms. Is it 73? Is it? Is that it? Oh, matter of fact, this is a good one. But I think the one I'm looking for is 96. I might just come back to that because this is a good one. This is Psalm chapter 96. Is it 96? Oh, it might be 73 and 8. Let me see. Or 78. Let me see. No, it can't be 78. Psalms, let's see, 76 might be. No, that's not it. or 75 and 6, Slakia. So it's the chapter before. This is Psalm 75 and 6. It says, matter of fact, verse 4, it says, I said unto the fools, deal not foolishly, into the wicked, lift not up your horn, lift up not your horn on high, speak not with a stiff neck. And the wicked, we know already, is Edom. The Lord said, lift not up your horn. Meaning what? Don't exalt your power. Don't be proud, right? Because their pride is deceiving them. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But Yahweh Bashim Yashai is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. So the Lord is the one that's in control. He set up the basis of men to be in power. And it makes total sense because they're weak physically. You know, they're weaker than us. There's even articles saying that the so-called black gene is the superior gene, you know, compared to the white race and them other races, you know, which is really Israelite gene, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right. So how are they physically not superior, inferior, but overpower us? You know, that had to be divine intervention. That had to be the Most High. They give them the power. All right. Promotion don't come from the east or the west, nor from the south. The Most High is the judge. He put it down one and set it up another. So the Most High is the one that set them up in power because they had to fulfill prophecy, you know, which prophecy says that Esau, Edom, according to Genesis 25th and 27th chapter, it says that their blessing would be to conquer the world by the sword. You know, their blessing would be the sword, the fatness of the earth, you know, and by the sword they're going to live. And that's exactly what they did. All right. They lived by the sword for centuries, for ages. This is Psalm 73. And I'm going to start at 5. It says, matter of fact, verse 3, it says, for I was envious at the foolish when I seen the prosperity of the wicked. Yeah, man, the wicked prosper, the so-called white race. That's why the Asian said, white people at the top of the world. What, 7%? Yeah, that's the prosperity of the wicked. When you see people prospering like that, most likely they're not right with the Most High, all right? Because this world is Satan's world. This is Satan's kingdom. So people that do very, very well may as well, you know, they're sellouts, you know? Yeah, you got people that ain't sellouts, but, you know, think about those billionaires, those, you know, those bankers, those, you know, people in Hollywood. They had to sell out to get that type of money. All right. So it says, for there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. This is why, you know, they look down on our plight, you know, the so-called black plight, the Israelite plight. You know, when we go through things, when we get shot down and Jake start protesting, you know, what do, man? They speak down on Jake. Yeah, but you know, he had his hands in his pocket, so who knows? He could have been reaching for something, so that's why he got shot. Yeah, and then niggas always complaining about shit. We all equal now. Ain't no racism in America. They speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They speak proudly. They set their mouth against the heavens and their tongue walketh through the earth. And that's what they do. They speak against the Most High, saying what? There's no God, you know? Talking all kind of shit against the Most High. Oh, if God is real, then why does he allow this to happen? You know? This is the mindset of the wicked, man. It says, and they say, how doth God know? And is there knowledge in the Most High? Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches. So the ungodly, they're prospering in the world. They're increasing in riches, man. They got all the money, man. All right? The whole world. You know, the scriptures say the world shall wonder and worship the beast. They wonder after the beast and worship the beast. Saying, who is like unto the beast who is able to make war with him? Right? The beast is what? America, NATO, and the EU. All right? Which is comprised of what? So-called white people. So the whole world worship the so-called white man. That's what the scriptures say, and we see it, man. You know? They want to be like them. They want to dress like them, have democracy, act like them, be so-called progressive, you know, be liberated and things of that nature. Every nation aspires to be like the West. All right? So, this is Psalms chapter 34. Is it 34? No, it can't be 34. No, it's 37. Okay, this is Psalm 37 and 34 says, wait on the Lord and keep his way, and he shall exalt thee to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see it. Yeah, so, this is speaking about the elect, all right? To wait on the Lord, all right? Endure unto the end. That's what David is saying. And keep his way. His way is what? This truth, being in this truth, keeping the laws of the Most High to the best of your ability, and above all, having faith in Yahweh Shah. It says, and he shall exalt thee to inherit the land, which is what? The blessings of Deuteronomy 28 and 1 to 14. It says, and when the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see it. Yeah, so we're going to see the wicked cut off, man. All right, in our lifetime. We're not talking, lifetimes in the future. We're talking literally within the next couple weeks, couple months. All right. And I wouldn't even say couple years, because America don't got, this is me speaking as a man. America don't got no 10 years. I don't even see it having 5 years, but it could very well be, but it doesn't have that long. All right. But the Lord said, when the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see it. All right. It says, I have seen the wicked in great power, the so-called white man, and spreading himself like a green bay tree. So even David saw their prosperity, great power, man. These people have so much wealth and so much influence that you can't even begin to comprehend the type of, world that they live in, man. All right. These Edomite billionaires, and this is billionaires. Billionaires is low level compared to the elites, but those billionaires alone, each, one of them has more wealth than a whole country, to where they could buy out a country. Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and Warren Buffett, there's countries that don't even have a GDP of $1 billion a year, man. And these people have hundreds of them, man. So they're living better than kings. The kings of the earth don't even live like these people, man. This is just the billionaires, the elites, the bankers. They're multi-quintillionaires, man, because they make the money, they print the money, and they have all the gold and all the real resources. All right. So they got great power, man. Overtook the whole earth and spreading themselves like a green bay tree. A green bay tree, what, is very well nourished, They're very watered, man. All right. That's why they couldn't believe they themselves are only less than 10%. Like, what? Look at all we accomplished. How can we only be 10%? This is their mindset. They was blown away. It says, yet he passed away, and lo, he was not. All right. Because the Most High is going to destroy them using what? The thermonuclear missiles. All right. Yeah, I saw them, but he could not be found because, yeah, they're going to be destroyed by the missiles, but they're going right into captivity. So we're not going to be able to look back on, just like how you could look back at Greece and Rome. We ain't going to be looking back at how great America was and the Western powers. And ultimately, this is going into their destruction. After the 1,000 years of captivity in the kingdom, they're going to get totally wiped out and annihilated, man, by fire. All right. But yeah, that was pretty much it on this lesson, man. The so-called white man. Hey, man, your days are numbered. All right. You don't got no centuries. You're not going to make it to space. You're not going to go and conquer other planets. There's only in movies, man. Your time is up and your time is now, man. All right. So live it up. You know what I'm saying? As the apostles, brothers always said, man, do all the drugs you can, max out your credit cards, live and, live it up, man. All right. Live it up, because after this is nothing but slavery, death, misery, everything that's bad in the book. That's what's coming to you, man. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.